Hello students, myself Mrs. Shatabdi Dhar and I am going to discuss today about data transmission which is belonging to this subject computer network and the chapter that is Introduction to Data Communication Networking. Now students, the first topic is what is data transmission? Data transmission refers to the process of transferring data between two or more digital devices. Data is transmitted from one device to another in analog or digital format. Basically, data transmission enables devices or components within devices to speak to each other. This transfer of data takes place via some form of transmission media. Those can be coaxial cable, fiber optics, or twisted pair cable, etc. Data is transferred in the mode of bits between two or more digital devices. There are two methods used to transmit data between digital devices. Those are serial transmission and parallel transmission. Serial transmission can later be divided into two parts, that is synchronous and asynchronous. Serial data transmission sends data bits one after another over a single channel, as you can see in this picture. And parallel data transmission sends multiple data bits at the same time over multiple channels. Now, what is serial transmission? When transferring data between two physically separate devices, especially if the separation is more than a few kilometers, for reason of cost, it is more economical to use a single pair of lines. Data is transmitted as a single bit at the time using a fixed time interval for each bit. This mode of transmission is known as a bit serial transmission. In serial data transmission, the various bits of data are transmitted serially one after the other. It requires only one communication line rather than n lines to transmit data from sender to receiver. Thus, all the bits of data are transmitted on single line in serial fashion. In serial transmission, only single bit is sent with each clock pulse. As shown in the given figure, suppose an 8-bit data like 11001010 is to be sent from source to destination. Then the LSB, that is least significant bit, will be transmitted first, followed by other bits. The most significant bit, that is the MSB, will be transmitted in the end via single communication line. The internal circuitry of computer transmits data in parallel fashion. So, in order to change the parallel data into serial data, conversion devices are used. These conversion devices convert the parallel data into serial data at the sender side so that it can be transmitted over single line. On receiver side, serial data received in again converted to parallel form so that the internal circuitry of computer can accept it. Now serial transmission has some advantages and disadvantages. Advantage of serial transmission: use of single communication line reduce the transmission line cost by the factor of n as compared to parallel transmission. And the disadvantages of serial transmission: Use of conversion devices at source and destination end may lead to increase in overall transmission cost. This method is lower as compared to parallel transmission as bits are transmitted serially one after another. There are two types of serial data transmission. Those are synchronous and asynchronous. Both these transmissions use bit synchronization. Now, what is bit synchronization? Bit synchronization is a function that is required to determine when the beginning and end of the data transmission occurs. It helps the receiving computer to know when data begin and end during a transmission. Therefore, bit synchronization provides timing control. Now, students, what is synchronous data transmission? In synchronous transmission, data moves in a completely paired approach in the form of chunks or frames. Synchronization between the source and target is required so that the source knows where the new byte begins, since there are no spaces included between the data. Synchronous transmission is effective, dependable, and often utilized for transmitting a large amount of data. It offers real time communication between linked devices. In the absence of start and stop bits, bit synchronization is established between sender and receiver by timing the transmission of each bit, as you can see in this picture. Since the various bytes are placed on the link without any gap, it is the responsibility of receiver to separate the bit stream into bytes so as to reconstruct the original information. In order to receive the data error free, the receiver and sender operates at the same clock frequency. Now, what are the examples of synchronous data transmission? Chat rooms, video conferencing, telephonic conversation, face to face interactions. Those are the examples of synchronous transmission. Now, synchronous transmission has some advantages and disadvantages. Advantage of synchronous transmission: this method is faster as compared to asynchronous as there are no extra bits like start bit and stop bit, and also there is no gap between the individual data bytes. Now, what is the disadvantage of synchronous data transmission? It is costly as compared to asynchronous method. It requires local buffer storage at the two ends of line to assemble blocks, and it also requires accurately synchronized clock at both ends. These lead to increase in the cost. The sender and receiver have to operate at the same clock frequency. This requires proper synchronization, which makes the system complicated. The other type of data transmission is asynchronous data transmission. In asynchronous data transmission, data moves in a half paired approach, one byte or one character at a time. It sends the data in a constant current of bytes. The size of a character transmitted is 8 bits, which with a parity bit added both at the beginning and at the end, making it a total of 8 plus 2, that is 10 bits. It doesn't need a clock for integration, rather, it utilizes the parity bits to tell the receiver how to translate the data. It is straightforward, quick, cost effective, and doesn't need two-way communication to function. As, As you can see in this picture that the data bits is appended with the stop bit and the start bit. Asynchronous data transmission sends only one character at a time where a character is either a letter of the alphabet or number or control character. That is, it sends one byte of data at a time. Bit synchronization between two devices is made possible using start bit and stop bit. Start bit indicates the beginning of data, that is alerts the receiver to the arrival of new group of bits. A start bit, usually 0, is added to the beginning of each byte, and the stop bit indicates the end of data, that is to let the receiver know that byte is finished. One or more additional bits are appended to the end of the byte. These bits usually are called stop bits. Addition to start and stop increase the number of data bits. Hence, more bandwidth is consumed in asynchronous transmission. There is idle time between the transmissions of different data bytes. This idle time is known as gap. Now in this picture, you can see the gaps between data units. The gap or idle time can be of varying intervals. This mechanism is called asynchronous because at byte level, sender and receiver needs not to be synchronized, but within each byte, receiver must be synchronized with the incoming bit stream. Now, what are the examples of asynchronous transmission? Emails, forums, letters, radios, televisions. Now, asynchronous transmission has some advantages and disadvantages. Advantages of asynchronous transmissions are this method of data transmission is cheaper in cost as compared to synchronous. If lines are short, asynchronous transmission is better because line cost would be low and idle time will be expensive. In this approach, each individual character is complete in itself. Therefore, if character is corrupted during transmission, its successor and predecessor character will not be affected. It is possible to transmit signals from sources having different bit rates. The transmission can start as soon as data bytes to be transmitted becomes available. Moreover, this mode of data transmission is easy to implement. Now, what are the disadvantages of asynchronous transmission? This method is less efficient and slower than synchronous transmission due to the overhead of extra bits and insertion of gaps into bit stream. Successful transmission inevitably depends on the recognition of the start bits. These bits can be missed or corrupted. Hope by this video you can understand about what is data transmission and what are the types of the data transmission. Thank you for watching my video.